Hi, welcome back to my channel, Carmel Codes, and welcome if you're new. Today we're going to go over an interview type problem, which is how to initialize a linked list for interview problems such as those found on Leetcode or cracking the coding interview. This might be obvious to everyone else, but was not obvious to me, and I could not find a tutorial on just the bare minimum amount of code needed for these interview problems. So typically for, let's say, a Leetcode problem, you just get this screen and you know that it's going to take in the head and maybe another parameter. But how did Leetcode actually set up all of the linked list data structure? Well, I'll show you right now, and this is how I do it. So first I define a class node, curly braces, and inside have a constructor with two parameters, a value and next. So I set this dot value equal to value, and then I do this dot next is equal to next, question mark, next, else, null, or colon null. So this is saying if there's a next value, then set this dot next equal to next, else set it to null. I have yet to use, I have yet to pass in a next value, but I still continue to write it this way, and I don't know why, so I'm just going to include it in this tutorial. And how I initialize my linked list usually is from an array. So I do const initialize linked list from array is equal to array arrow notation, curly braces, and I say if array.length is equal to 0, return an empty array because there's no linked list to make, else we have an array with elements. So I'm going to let head equal to new node array 0, and I say let current equal head. So for let I equal 1, I less than array.length I plus plus, then I say let new node equal to new node array I, and then I do current.next is equal to the new node that I've allocated somewhere, and then I set current equal to current.next, so I move current 1 forward, but I store head in the head variable up above. So at the end of this for loop, I return head, and this is how I initialize my linked list. So the next function I usually implement is const print linked list, which is equal to head and then arrow and curly braces. And I say let current equal head and let print string equal empty string. While current, print string plus equal current dot value plus and then an arrow and a string. And then I say current is equal to current.next. So I'm basically iterating through the entire linked list and adding all of those values to this variable called print string. And then I do console.log print string. So I just am able to print out the whole string at the end, which is about O of n runtime. So in order to use these functions that I just wrote, I do const head is equal to initialize linked list from array, and then I pass in an array, and then I do print linked list head, and that should print out the linked list. So that's kind of a sanity check to see if you're following along, if you implemented those two correctly. And then if you need to write an interview problem, you can just pass in the head from initialize linked list from array. And that's basically it. That is how to initialize a linked list from an array for interview problems in JavaScript. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.